Coming up, weigh in now for Norfolk's future, the next step in passenger rail downtown, and see the winter secrets of the Botanical Garden, a true sanctuary in the middle of Hampton Roads hub. These and many more stories from West Kent to Lake Taylor on Norfolk News Now. Welcome to the November edition of Norfolk News Now. I'm Karen Parker Chesson with the Norfolk Police Department. Thanks for joining us. It's not quite a crystal ball, but Plan Norfolk 2030 is a good start. Plan Norfolk is your chance to give input on and influence the Norfolk of the future. The Triple N's John Linka has more on the community meetings that will help city leaders make Norfolk's general plan update.
This is Norfolk's general plan. It's a policy for the continuing development of Norfolk, covering a wide range of topics including land use, neighborhoods, and transportation. State law says it must be revised every 20 years. The last time that was done, 1992, which means it's time to once again revise Norfolk's general plan, and with workshops like these, the City of Norfolk is asking for your help.
Staff have been given this assignment about 3 years ago. We've worked with the Planning Commission for the past couple of years. The Planning Commission has now come up with their version of what the plan should be. We're trying to get citizen input.
This meeting at the Fairlawn Rec Center was one of 6 held throughout Norfolk in October and November to get that input from residents like Michael Evans as to what they want in the upcoming general plan.
I came out here tonight so I could voice my opinions about the bike roads, the bike paths that exist in Norfolk, and the future plans.
It's totally unexpected, to me at least, that would be the big concern or a big concern. We're also hearing issues about libraries, about land use, about the environment, just a whole array of issues.
And if you weren't able to make it out to any of the 6 community meetings, don't worry. Just log on to norfolk.gov and click on Norfolk 2030 for links to an online forum and more information about the upcoming general plan. It's all part of Norfolk's plan to help you plan your city.
I think a lot of people are surprised that we're coming out and trying to get this input. It is not something that was done back in '92 when the last general plan update was done. It's a much more extensive community outreach effort to this time.
There's nobody who knows their street and their neighborhood better than the people who live there. The commission is only 7 people and staff is only a number more. We can't cover every single street and parcel, so we've got to come to the public. They're the people who are going to live with this vision.
Coming from an older city that didn't do this is a wonderful opportunity to have my voice heard as well as the group that I'm representing.
For Norfolk News Now, I'm John Linka.
Chances are you already know about recycling things like paper, aluminum, and plastic. But did you know you could recycle roads too? Before a road can be resurfaced, the old asphalt must be ground off the road in a process called milling. Crews take that milled asphalt to the city's plant where it is mixed with new asphalt to make a product called reclaimed asphalt pavement, or RAP. Most of the asphalt used in city projects contains anywhere from 15 to 40% RAP. And if time is the true test, the news gets even better. Streets resurfaced with RAP lasted just as long as streets resurfaced using only brand new asphalt. That makes it a green choice for the environment and the green choice for taxpayers too. Gosnold Apartments were the first of their kind when they opened in 2006 as the first permanent supportive housing development for homeless adults in the region. The complex is still going strong 5 years later. The Triple N's John Linka has more.
It used to be an old warehouse where cola bottles were made. It's now Gosnold Apartments, and while that may not mean a whole lot to you, to the folks who live here, it means
hope, a safe place, and knowing that I have a roof over my head.
Michael Reed is one of 42 residents living in Gosnold Apartments. Created by Virginia Supportive Housing, Gosnold opened in December 2006 as the first permanent supportive housing development for homeless adults in the region.
People sign leases, they pay rent, 30% of their monthly income, and they come and go, as they please. It's their apartment, they have their own keys.
It's where Dot Dorcas has called home for the past 5 years.
My 2 grandkids, me, my 2 daughters and son. If I can have a key to go to somewhere to play, I don't have to be here and out there on the street or staying with this friend, that friend, and they don't want you there and stuff.
There's everything you'd see in a normal apartment complex, and each of the 60 studio apartments is a little over 400 square feet.
You got a support here, friendship, people that actually care about you and want to see you succeed. That's right here is Gosnold.
Gosnold literally has a perfect record when it comes to permanent supportive housing.
We have a 100% success rate in keeping people stably housed here. The difference between this and any old other regular apartment is that they have access to support services.
It's been such a success that a team from the Virginia Coalition to End Homelessness and the Office of Governor Bob McDonnell came to visit as part of a statewide permanent housing tour.
Our goal was really to do 2 things: to highlight the incredible work that communities are doing across Virginia, and also really highlight the incredible impact of permanent supportive housing.
So impactful that Governor McDonnell is even working on a plan to have more places like Gosnold open up across Virginia, part of his plan to reduce homelessness in the state by 15% by the year 2013.
And one thing that we're working on, that the administration is working on, is identifying how to fund a Virginia Housing Trust Fund. That trust fund will provide resources that we need in order to be able to create more permanent supportive housing across the state.
People aren't as stressed out when they're in permanent housing. You're able to bring services to them. They're able, hopefully, to get back to some type of productive life.
In every study that was done, there was $40,000 to $50,000 a year just to maintain a homeless person, depending on the community you were in, on the street. And if you took a portion of that money and put it into an SRO like this, that you actually saved money, you actually got them off the street. It was a more humane to treat your way to treat your citizens, and it saved money and you did a lot of good.
This is my kitchen.
85% of Gosnold's residents will eventually move on to more self-sufficient housing, with the rest deciding that this is the place for them. No matter where they live in the future, many have chosen to continue the good deeds that were shown to them.
And I'm hoping plan to become a professional counselor myself, to give back to the community, to help the other people that's homeless.
Because the tenants here realize that permanent supportive housing, and Gosnold in particular, may have just saved their lives.
If Gosnold around here, I'll probably be in jail or dead.
For Norfolk News Now, I'm John Linka.
Gosnold Apartments are just one example of the work that is happening in Southampton Roads. To learn more about how you can help, contact Sarah Fuller with the Office to End Homelessness at sarah.fuller@norfolk.gov. If you've ever walked through downtown Norfolk on a fall day, you know the city is not wanting when it comes to wind. Recently, 50 representatives gathered at the Half Moon Cruise and Celebration Center to take part in the first of what will be quarterly forums on how Norfolk can participate in the wind energy sector. The Department of Economic Development teamed up with the Virginia Offshore Wind Coalition to host the forum. The launch of the quarterly meetings coincides with the recent announcement from the governor that Virginia has landed the first wind turbine test and certification facility in the country. The Development Department has been working closely with the Dutch-based company Fugro, which will provide engineering services associated with site location and development of the proposed test center. With spring and summer behind us, you might think that time has passed to enjoy the Virginia Zoo. The Triple N's John Linka is here to explain why this time of year might be the best time of the year to head to the zoo.
It's been quite the year for the Virginia Zoo.
We've broken our attendance records throughout the year. We've had our busiest events of the season where we've really been able to enjoy our visitors, and our visitors have been able to enjoy the zoo.
Folks have enjoyed new exhibits like the Trail of the Tiger and new animals like these African crowned crane chicks and this Mexican beaded lizard. It's one of 2 at the zoo, and they're the first venomous reptiles the zoo has ever had on display. But just because the weather is cooling off, that does not mean the zoo is.
This time of the year, I think, is really one of the best times to see animals at the zoo and beautiful gardens at the zoo. The weather is just really perfect for animals. You get some bright days, they're not overly hot, they're not overly cold.
These animals are pretty much like us. Cooler, less humid temperatures translate into wanting to spend more time outside.
The animals just really love this kind of weather, and it's a big break for them, just like us, from the heat of the summer. The animals that come to life during this time of the season are like our big cats. Our tigers are really active, the bears, they really enjoy being outside. There definitely is a lot more activity, and that activity is extended more throughout the day. It's not more the morning, the coolness of the morning, or the later day like when we're active during the summer. It's more continuous throughout the day.
Some animals will start to be moved indoors when fall turns to winter, but for the majority of these guys and gals, this is a great time to enjoy lazy days in the grass and a great time for you to more easily enjoy the animals.
Because our visitorship or attendance is a little bit quieter or lower this time of year, you can really have a nice stroll through the zoo grounds and really take in everything that we have to offer.
The love of the fall temperatures is not just limited to those with paws or with claws.
The plants, our gardens, our flowers really become robust. It's the time of the year where they're not just really drained and wilted from the heat. They've had a lot of good moisture lately, so they're really thriving now. So there's great opportunity to take pictures with your family or friends among those plants, and even with some animals in the background.
For more information to chew on concerning the Virginia Zoo, visit the zoo's website at virginiazoo.org. For Norfolk News Now, I'm John Linka.
In the not-too-distant future, you could go from downtown Norfolk to downtown Washington, D.C. and beyond without ever having to sit in interstate traffic. This is the beginning construction of the first phase of a multimodal transfer station that will sit behind Harbor Park right at the current Norfolk Southern train tracks. It will soon be a 3,000-square-foot station and transfer facility, which will allow you to hop on any Amtrak train to Richmond and beyond.
It's going to offer opportunity to take intercity passenger rail from Harbor Park up through Petersburg, the 460 corridor, into Richmond and D.C. using existing Norfolk Southern track. It'll be a consistent 4-hour trip to start, 7 days a week out of Harbor Park. One trip in the morning, leaves here very, very early, 5 o'clock, but his commitment to get you up into the D.C. area at 9 o'clock in the morning. Then there's a return trip out of D.C. at 3 and get you back into Harbor Park around 7. It utilizes Amtrak service for intercity passenger rail, 8 trains, a diesel locomotive, pulling all 8 cars. Each car has a capacity of 72 passengers per car, so it's total capacity about 576 passengers on each train heading out of Harbor Park.
It's going to be unbelievable that you're going to be able to take a train right over here next year, close to next year. For $60, you can get up to Washington, D.C. in 3 hours and a half. Come back that same afternoon. That's going to be really just a major addition for the Hampton Roads community.
Last month, Nauticus unveiled a new way for folks to send greetings and thanks to the men and women of our military. How'd they do it? With a note, a great big note. The Triple N's John Linka has more on the 24-foot-long letter and corresponding photography project.
It's more than 2 stories in length, and it's full of thanks.
This wall is really a first of its kind. It's a unique way for our community to express its appreciation and support for our armed services and their families.
This 24-foot-long chalkboard at Nauticus is called A Note to Our Troops. It's a chance for folks to handwrite messages and notes of gratitude to those serving in the military.
Less than 1% of the population serves, but we all are in debt to their service.
1% of the population, that's a very, very small percent to get out there to allow us to do what we do today.
They serve us in so many ways, and we don't always get to say thank you, and a lot of times we have a connection, but we just don't get the opportunity to say thanks, and this wall service is a great way to do it, and I just wanted to say thanks, and I wish them lots of peace and blessings as they serve us and keep us safe.
It'll be in place every morning and through afternoon from 9 to 5 until Thanksgiving. We will take a photograph of it every day, and we will develop a photographic collection, which will be part of an exhibit that will be on display during Veterans Day, where all the members of the military will be allowed to come to Nauticus free.
These handwritten notes will also be shown on Nauticus's website on a daily basis at nauticus.org.
Just a simple expression of thanks on this board will be then put on the internet for all of our active duty military, Navy, troops, Army, everywhere to see how much we appreciate them and miss them.
It's so easy sometimes to get into big, long, drawn-out speeches about what the military means to us, but sometimes it's so easy just to come back with thank you for all those young men and women that are doing it for us now.
For Norfolk News Now, I'm John Linka.
When we come back, a new indoor swimming facility coming to Norfolk. Plus, City Council takes a well-deserved field trip, and the Salvation Army's groundbreaking event in Broad Creek up next.
Hey guys, this is my teenage friend Fred.
Rad! Hey pal, you want to pay attention to the road?
Relax, man, I got it.
Look, my man, if your bad driving gets me killed, you better hope you die too, or I will haunt you silly. And I'm not just gonna float over your bed like, woo! I'm gonna be making a more annoying noise, like, ah! And instead of wearing those long white robes, I think I'll wear something more form-fitting and upsetting. The other ghosts will look and be like, wow, we've never seen that before.
Welcome back to the Triple N. Last month, Norfolk Recreation Parks and Open Space broke ground on what will soon be the only indoor swimming facility on the city's south side. The $7.7 million Southside Aquatic Center will be a 21,000 square foot recreational and instructional aquatics facility used for swimming and water safety lessons.
A 25-yard pool with 6 lanes for competitive swimming, recreational swimming, learn to swim classes, lifeguard classes, and actually have a room for birthday party rentals. And the biggest feature, we got a little bit of water country with this facility. We have a sliding tube, which is a double coil sliding tube with heated water, so that you can still utilize it in the winter months, which will be a huge attraction, and it'll be a lot of fun.
This is really going to be one of the finest facilities, aquatic centers of its type anywhere, certainly in the region and across the Commonwealth. We know it will be put to good use here and be taken care of by this community as well.
This aquatic center will give youngsters a chance to learn how to swim just a bike ride or a short walk from their homes.
Heavy construction is anticipated to begin this December, and the facility is expected to open in spring 2013. In downtown Norfolk, the first steps are underway to begin the expansion of the General Douglas MacArthur Memorial. The museum gift shop was demolished to make way for a new state-of-the-art educational facility and visitor center. The MacArthur Theater will also be demolished soon.
The demolition of these 2 buildings will make way for a new visitor center. This new visitor center will complement the other facilities here at the MacArthur Memorial, as well as the soon-to-be constructed Slover Library and the operational MacArthur Square station of Norfolk's new light rail system.
The modernization and expansion will enhance the interactive experience at the MacArthur Memorial. The expansion will also play a role in the revitalization of downtown Norfolk. The updates will triple the exhibit space, add a multimedia theater, provide a great hall for visitor orientation, and upgrade the museum's gift shop.
We'll have a brand new theater, we'll have a visitor orientation area, a double the size for special exhibits, a visitor's lounge, which we don't have, an improved gift shop, staff working areas, and then very important, a secured storage space on a level behind the work areas that will be able to move all of the three-dimensional artifacts in a secured, modern space to provide proper storage, proper security.
Glass windows will allow visitors a clear view in, from, and out to MacArthur Square. The new visitor center will open in the summer of 2012. On Halloween Day last month, the city of Norfolk and its residents got the beginnings of quite a treat. This is the groundbreaking for what will soon be the 80,000 square foot Kroc Center, an education, creative arts, and recreation building named after Joan and Ray Kroc, the founder of McDonald's Corporation.
They had a vision. They wanted people to come together, whether you were low, middle, moderate, or high income to share in this country club experience. And we started that same process when we started developing this community. We wanted to build a community where we brought back low, moderate, and people with sustainable incomes to come together and to enjoy in the same community. And most people thought that was a lofty goal, that could not happen. But I got to tell you today, we are very successful in this model. And this is one of the best Hope 6 projects throughout the country.
The Kroc Center will be built at the corners of Princess Anne Road and Valentine Boulevard. In Broad Creek, for the last several years, the Salvation Army has been working to bring a new level of programs and services to Hampton Roads to be housed at the Kroc Center. The Kroc Center will have classrooms, a large gymnasium and fitness area, and aquatics area with a multiple-story water slide, lazy river, and lap lanes, as well as a theater. A sliding monthly membership charge will make it affordable for everyone and will employ as many as 200 people.
Once again, Norfolk has demonstrated that it is a city that continues to succeed in ways far greater than is reasonable to expect for a city of our modest means.
The Kroc Center is estimated to open in 2013. The city and state's top cops joined forces recently to help some Norfolk students learn more about the law. Acting Police Chief Sharon Chamberlain, Virginia's Attorney General Ken Cuccinelli, and Superintendent Dr. Richard Bentley met with NPS criminal justice students to present a lesson from the Virginia Rules program. The program teaches students about Virginia's laws as they relate to teens in their everyday lives. The goal is to help them understand the laws to avoid breaking them and to help them develop the skills that lead to sound decision-making and becoming active citizens in their school and community. Last month, the Norfolk City Council got a chance to venture out of City Hall and into the community for a work session and tour of the Norfolk Botanical Garden. The Triple N's John Lincoln was there to capture the signs and sounds of the tour.
Once again, welcome to Norfolk Botanical Garden. This is our tram. Off to our left is our bicentennial rose garden. We have over 3,000 rose bushes in this rose garden, and it is maintained by volunteers. We've started putting out Garden of Lights already this year. It's something that we started at the end of September. We get earlier and earlier each year in putting them up because of the need, because of the fact that we put more and more out each year. Here on your right is the native plant garden, and if you go down there, that's where the boardwalk runs all along the edge of the lake. It's a very, very attractive walk. And there's seating along there too. It's a very restful walk and a nice place to just sit and watch the water. And eagles fly, osprey, little green herons, big blue herons. They all can be seen from the native plant garden, as well as the butterfly garden overlook, which that viewing pavilion out there looks over to.
So the butterflies that we have in here normally are all native species. This exhibit shows all of our visitors that this is what could be going on in your own backyard, even if it's only a flower pot worth. It doesn't have to be a big space to support a habitat. Butterflies live about 4 weeks. These are the tags that we affix to the butterfly. They adhere to the scales of the butterfly wings. And the difference between a male and a female, and I'm going to show you on the outside and then I'm going to open its wings. When you look at from the center of the body, there's 2 long lines and then this first short line that comes off of the mitten. The mitten is where we put the tag up here right at the closer to the body. But this particular line is where you look to decide whether you have a male or a female. This one is a female. When I open the wings, and I'll show you from the inside, you will see that that first short line is solid and straight. Let me grab a male and show you the difference. You see that spot on either side? That's the male scent gland. And the female does not have that. Go ahead, right there on that mitten, and and just give it a good squeeze so that it makes sure that it's good and stuck, and send him on his way. Go ahead.
Go. On his way. The children's garden will be on your left-hand side. This has been a tremendous asset to the garden, and I can't emphasize enough how much it has changed the demographic of the visitor. Now we have moms coming in with children, dads coming in with children, parents and their grandchildren coming in. It really has been a tremendous, tremendous addition. There's a strong emphasis on education within this garden. It's based on a around the world theme. So we have a number of different gardens and different plants that grow around the world, and we can use that as a jumping off point for our education classes. We're going to stop here and walk and see the Eagle Tribute Plaza, our newest garden at the garden, and the new eagle sculpture. And what we wanted was an area where people could come, because it's in memory of the, primarily memory of the female eagle that was killed last year. And her first nest was in that, the second tree over, second tree, tall pine tree. Now they've had 3 nests since then, and the current nest is over in behind this area here a little bit. But there is a new female. The male went out and found a new mate, and both of them are carrying sticks to the nest, so it looks like we're going to have a successful nesting pair again this year. We literally have plants in bloom year-round, primarily because of those fall blooming camellias, pansies, which bloom all winter long, and then early into the springtime we have the Camellia japonicas, which begin to bloom. We're going through the area now that you may recognize or may not recognize in the daytime, where we have Starry Night as part of our Garden of Lights program. They're in relatively poor state of repair, and one of what we'll do as part of our upcoming capital campaign, or the plans are, is to have them all refurbished. And then ideally, once they were refurbished, the original marble ones would be stored, not stored, but displayed indoors, and replicas would be made that we could place here in the garden, because the value of the artifact transcends the value of them as a visual element here in the garden, and to have them to continually be degraded is unfortunate. The mulch that we use on our paths has been recycled from mulched trees, branches, and so forth. We reuse compost in our flower beds. So we recycle pretty much everything here at the garden. We do purchase our pine needles or pine straw in from North Carolina. Unfortunately, we don't have a local supplier for that. And you would think with all the pine trees we'd have here that we'd have enough for our own, but actually we don't. We use a couple tractor trailer loads of pine mulch a year, pine straw mulch a year. These azaleas that you're looking at on the right-hand side and a little bit on the left-hand side were all the original azaleas that were planted back in the late 1938s and early 1940s. When this garden originally started, Wynn Nursery provided all of the original azaleas for the garden, which were planted by 200 African-American women and 20 African-American men.
This is a sculpture that pays tribute to the African-American women back during WPA who came out and really developed this portion of the garden. My father used to bring women back and forth to work back during that time, and sometimes they might have made, I don't know, 25 cents a day.
Everything that you see here is made possible because of the city. It's a city property that's managed by the Norfolk Botanical Garden Society. So everything that you see is owned by the city and managed by the garden. And it's a partnership that neither one would be able to do on their own.
That wraps up the November edition of Norfolk News Now on the Triple N. Thanks for watching Norfolk's Neighborhood Network for all things Norfolk. I'm Karen Parker Chesson with the Norfolk Police Department. Take care of yourself and your city and celebrate life daily.